This is episode 22 of Tips and Tales. I want to get right down to talking about therapy. I've thought a lot about where I could go with it. There's just so many different trails that you could go down when you're talking about therapy. So I'm going to cut to the chase and talk about something that's really important to me, and that's change. Not everybody goes to therapy for change. Some people just go for support. But some people really want change. They want something different in their lives. And that's what I'm about. I'm about therapy that brings change. I've always wondered what it would take to help people solve their problems and really find a different experience in their lives. So that's what I'm about. I've been about that my whole career. I discovered, or I made the personal discovery of a treatment for trauma called EMDR. And that stands for eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It's a fancy name. We call it EMDR. It involves the inner experience. There's physiology and biology involved in the whole experience of life and change. One of the aspects that I find so fascinating is that some people actually have a greater capacity for a consistent commitment to change. Some people are able to do that, and others aren't. Wow. I'd like to think that I have the capacity to change. And I'd like to think that you do too, if I were working with you. One of the keys to knowing whether you have that capacity for change is what your defenses are like. We have an inborn innate defense system that is very, very important for our survival, and that's what we use to protect ourselves. And so, at the hint of threat, actual or real, our defense system kicks in. It's located in the old brain. It's one of the first developed parts of the brain. And that's what reacts when we feel in danger. Some of us, however, because of our lives, go around in a defensive mode. We are defended. We are defended against. We resist other individuals giving us input, having access to our experience, being open to connection with them. If you're going to benefit from therapy, there needs to be a connection that you make with your therapist. If you are resistant to true connection because you've created a defensive structure that keeps you from connecting, that's also an indication that you won't be receptive to the process needed for change. So, what can you do about this? You can notice, become more aware of your own defenses. Now, how do you do this? That's a good question. How do you do this? You do this by noticing when you get upset, when you get anxious, fearful, sad, any kind of negative emotion. It's negative emotions. That's what's connected to our defenses. Anytime you notice that, notice what it takes to downregulate. Notice the intensity and notice how you are able to downregulate. are you able to downregulate? Do you numb out? Do you go to a substance to deal with it? Do you carry it for days and can't let go of it? Do you defend yourself even more fully against other people? When we defend ourselves emotionally to the world, we are also enclosing ourselves in this barrier. That is a barrier to change. What do I do about these barriers? Well, you have to become aware of them first of all. So, what I want you to do is think about that and notice. Begin to pay attention to your reactions. All right, until next time, take care. Bye-bye.